My brothers, when was the last time you truly felt like a burden to the people you love the most? Do you ever look into the mirror and see a man who shoulders the world, but inside you feel hollowed out? This world demands strength, but you are carrying wounds that bleed in silence. In those quiet hours between midnight and dawn, those toxic whispers begin. They start small. Why am I here? The question of purpose. Then they grow colder. Am I good enough? That doubt of self-worth. And in the dark, the ultimate lie takes root. Is my family better off without me? We are men built on a foundation of pain. The trauma of your childhood, the neglect, the fear, the abandonment, it's not a memory. It's a living shadow that falls across every good moment. When your own child looks at you and you see the reflection of the little boy you once were, you're terrified that you're going to pass on that crippling legacy. And then that immediate crushing pressure, how am I going to pay the bills? That anxiety, that financial failure equals personal failure. And perhaps most painful, how do I become the husband my wife deserves? You know she deserves a saint, and you feel like a sinner. This is the isolation of the broken man. You feel disqualified from love, inadequate for fatherhood, and trapped by a past you didn't choose. You try to fix it through determination, through work, through control. But the hole in your heart is too deep for earthly cement. But listen closely, brothers. That feeling of emptiness, that nagging doubt about your worth, it's evidence of a deeper truth. Your heart is aching because it was designed for God. The evil one tries to make your brokenness a disqualification, but God uses it as a qualification. You're not defined by the wounds that you received, but by the wounds that redeemed you. My brothers, turn your gaze to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. His heart, crowned with thorns and pierced by a lance, is the ultimate image of love that suffered, that was broken, and yet remains the ultimate source of healing. When you look at your own woundedness, run towards His. Your past trauma is not too dark for the light of His mercy. Your role as a husband and father is not a job you earn, but a vocation that you've been blessed with. Your loving wife and children are not witnesses to your failure. They are the living proof of God's unmerited grace in your life. They are the sanctuary where your healing takes place. You are here because God called you by name to be the spiritual shield for your home. You are good enough because Christ's sacrifice makes you worthy. Your family is infinitely better off with you because you are the only one who can fulfill your unique God-given role. You pay the bills through honest work, relying on the divine providence that sustains St. Joseph. And you keep your trauma from affecting your children by doing the hard work of forgiveness, confession, and surrender. Daily kneeling before the Father and allowing His grace to break that generational chain. Look to St. Joseph, the ultimate model. He was silent, humble, and a provider. He knew fear, doubt, and hardship, yet he trusted God. He was the protector who never spoke a word in Scripture, but whose actions shielded God incarnate. He shows us that strength is not found in perfection, but in obedient love. He is your patron saint. Ephesians 3:14-16. For this reason, I kneel before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth is named, that He may grant you in accord with the riches of His glory to be strengthened with power through His Spirit in the inner self. You are not called to be perfect. You are called to be present and devoted. When you're leading your family to the heart of Christ, you lead them to the only perfect husband and father. My brothers, stop carrying the weight of your unhealed past on your own shoulders. Pick up the mantle of St. Joseph. Surrender your wounded heart to the Sacred Heart and stand up as the spiritual protector of your home. Be the family warrior God created you to be. God bless.